What's up, MTG Friends here? We are doing a Commander deck tech. This time we're doing it on All About Shrines. Neon Dynasty gave us some really cool shrine action. So let's take one of the great shrines out here, Go-Shintai of Life's Origin, with all the color pips, and cobble together something cool. And as usual, hit subscribe, hit like. And if you're here for some reason and you don't even like this stuff, go somewhere else. I'm not here about trying to become an influencer or anything. Ooh, I influence you. Man, the world is so jacked up with all this influencing crapola. Anyways, rock on to the break of dawn. Let's actually get into this. Is probably why you're here, because you want to check this out, not my shenanigans. Is that shenanigans? What? Where's the shenanigans coming from? All right, coming out of my mouth. That's what. Bunch of hooey. Bunch of hooey, y'all. All right. Oh, we should actually probably talk about the commander and what the hell this thing does. Like I said, all about the shrines. Return target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. We might use that. We might not. Who knows? Whenever Go-Shintai of Life's Origin or another non-token shrine enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 colorless shrine enchantment creature token. We mainly love this thing because it has all the colors. So let's just move into this bad boy and talk about the packages. Package. All right. Protection. The maybe board, just stuff that didn't quite make the cut. Counter spell. So we want to keep our board state on the board state. So board state. So we have a bunch of counter spells to counter some shenanigans and board wipes and all that. I am saying shenanigans a shit ton today. Ooh, I swore for like maybe the first time in an episode. Tell me in the comments, is that the first time? I'm not even going to bleep that out. I don't think I'll get in trouble for swearing. Whatever. This isn't for children, right? Ramp, draw. Ooh, I'm on a roll today. Removal, land. We're going to literally blast through the land package. Just everything you'd expect. A few shenanigans. And I think that might be it. Oh, yeah, of course, shrines. I mean, and some tutors. All right, so let's blast through this because you don't have all day. You don't have all day to go through this crap, do you? All right, looks like we're going to go through counter spells. I'm going to literally try to go through this stuff as quickly as I can and still keep talking. Talk. He's talking, folks. You know what? I'm going to make this one smaller. Boom. There we go. Now I can actually see everything. Arcane Denial. Counter spell for 2. I mean, do you need me to read through all the rest of this stuff? You know these are counter spells. Counter spell. Dolan's Veto. Another counterspell that can't be countered. Yeah. Fierce Guardianship. Yet another counterspell for non-creatures. Oh, and this one does some cool stuff, actually. If you have your commander out, it doesn't cost you anything, right? Right. Same thing. Force Negation. You don't have to pay it for a counterspell if you dump a blue card. So you will most likely be paying the 3 mana for that. Mana drain, so you can get more mana on your next, what? Main phase? Yes, main phase. Another counterspell. I mean, if you guys have seen our episodes, you know what the hell these things do. Negate. Another counterspell. Pact Negation. This one's super saucy. You're probably familiar with this. If not, you can play it for nothing, but then you got to pay 5 at your upkeep or you lose the game. So be careful with this one. Swan Song. Counterspell. For an enchantment, instant, or sorcery spell, and give him a 2/2 bird. And what's nice is it only costs you 1 for that. All right, we got draw. Now, we are heavy into enchantments in this. So this bad girl has a Shroud. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, draw a card. We got a bunch of you draw a cards if you do enchantments. When another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Enchanter's Presence, draw a card. For enchantments. Maze Enchantress, draw a card. You get the theme here, right? Whenever you play a legendary spell, draw a card. Now, all of our shrines, I hope I'm not wrong here, but I think they're mostly all legendary. Hold me to that because, you know, you are watching this. Satire Enchanter. Maybe you're just watching this for an entertainment value. You're like, what is this Ricky Retardo doing, man? Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, draw a card. Draw. This one draws a card and gives itself a +1/+1 for each enchantment. Sithis Harvest Hand. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, gain a life, draw a card. Draw. Tavasa the Sunlit for 3. It gets +1 for each enchantment you control, and whenever you cast your first enchantment spell each turn, draw a card. Verdant Enchantress, draw a card. Lots of drawing cards. So we are literally going to blast through this. Very few basic lands. All the fetch lands except I think one. All the shock lands except for one. Blast. Yeah. In fact, you know what? I'm not even going to go through this. All the stuff you'd expect in your land package here. We'll go look at the package. Let's go look at this package. The triomes you'd expect. The shock lands. We got Reliquary Tower because we are going to be drawing a ton, most likely. We put the World Tree in here because, you know, it's awesome and it does for any color. Yeah, you could sack it and do stuff for God, but that's not why it's in here. It's because you can tap for any color if you have 6 9s. The fetch lands, the triomes, yeah, etc. You got it. Yeah, I just cut like, what, 10 minutes out of this flipping video. I should start doing that. I think we did City of Brass in there too, so you could tap for any color. You can go look on Architect and look at the land package. Totally swappable, all that stuff. For cheaper, more budgetary stuff. All right, so we got lots of protection pieces. Crawl space, no more than 2 creatures can attack you each combat. Destiny Spinner, protection because your enchantment spells can't be countered. The other half of this we don't really even care about. Ghostly Prison, costs them 2 to attack you. You see the theme here. Heroic Intervention to give all of our shizzle hexproof and indestructible. Privileged Position, I love this card. It gives all of our other permanents hexproof. It doesn't do a board wipe for exiling or just a board wipe. Although board wipes aren't that big a deal. Well, it is depending. Propaganda keeps them from attacking. Costs them 2. Sphere of Safety. Creatures can't attack you or planeswalkers you control unless their controller pays X for each of those creatures, where X is the number of enchantments you control, which is most likely a shizzleton. Sterling Grove to protect our other enchantments. Yeah. We're an enchantment deck. Teferi's Protection to phase all of our shizzle out. I only swore once. I'm going to try only swear once in this episode. And it comes all comes back at the beginning of your upkeep. Oh, the best protection spell ever. All right, we're in ramp. I am really blasting through this stuff. Arcane Signet, any color in our mana for our commander. Birds of Paradise to get any color we need. Bloom Tender for each color among permanents you control. Add 1 mana of that color because we are in the color of the rainbow. Dryad of Elysian Grove makes all of our lands every basic land type. Lands you control are every basic land type, in addition to the other types. And you can pay an extra. We don't really care about playing the extra land per se. This isn't a ramp deck with land and triggers for landfall and shizzle. All right, Herald of the Pantheon. Enchantment spells cost 1 less to cast, and we get a gain a life for each one. Sanctum Weaver, add X mana of any one color where X is the number of enchantments you control. You see the theme here, right? Enchantment spells cost 1 less. Whenever enchantment you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on the Mystic. Starfield Mystic. Assassin's Trophy, we got some removal. Destroy permanent, give them a land. Cyclonic Rift, everything goes back to their hand. For 7. Doomwake Giant, very specific to this deck. It's an enchantment creature. When it or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, create your creatures your opponent's control get -1 until end of turn. Haha! So we could really start stacking up the enchantments with that. Path to Exile, I mean, you know what this does. Gets rid of a creature. And this is the one where they get a land. Swords Plowshares, they get life based on its power. Exile that creature. Archon of Sun's Grace, because we are running so many enchantments. Pegasus creatures you control get lifelink. And whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield, you get a 2/2 Pegasus, which also has lifelink because that has lifelink itself. Dance of the Menses? Yeah, buddy. What? Return up to X target artifacts and or non-aura enchantment cards with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. If X is 6 or more, those permanents are 4/4s as well. This one is great mid-late game. Oh, we're in shenanigans, of course. Paradox Haze. At the beginning of enchanted players' first upkeep each turn, you get an additional upkeep. So our shrines can trigger the ones that have the upkeep stuff. Replenish is one that doesn't have to be in here. It does cost a lot. Return all enchantment cards from your graveyard to play. And when I say cost, I mean financial. You could easily swap this out, but it is awesome, and I would be remiss if I didn't put it in here. Weaver of Harmony. Other enchantment creatures you control get +1/+1. Copy target activated or triggered ability you control from an enchantment source. Shrines. This card is completely swappable if there's something else you'd like in here. All right, Shrines. At the beginning of your end step, which doesn't work with Paradox Haze, but some of the other shrines do. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay 1 when you do put a 1/1 counter on target shrine for each shrine you control. This can get out of control. Go-Shintai, Hidden Cruelty. This one you can destroy a creature with toughness X, where that's the amount of shrines you have. The blue version, this mills for the amount of shrines you have. The white version, this one gives you a 1/1 color spirit for each shrine you have. All right, Hundin of Cleansing Fire. These are the ones that trigger multiple times with Paradox Haze. At the beginning of your upkeep, you control, you gain 2 life for each shrine. Infinite Rage. Player takes damage for each shrine. Shrine. All right, the green version, Life's Web, that gives you a 1/1 color spirit per shrine at upkeep. Also at upkeep is they discard a card for each shrine. This one is hilarious and probably the best one in that particular iteration. Ooh, fancy word, iteration. Honed in of Seeing Winds. I probably didn't even use it right. At the beginning of your upkeep, you can draw a card for each. Notice it says May. It does say May. Your upkeep, draw. Nope, you have to draw. So don't mill yourself. Sanctum of All. For all the colors at the beginning of your upkeep, you may search your library and or graveyard for a shrine card and put it on the battlefield. Yeah. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. If an ability or another shrine you control triggers while you control 6 or more shrines, that ability triggers an additional time. Of course we're going to have this in a shrine deck. Fruitful Harvest. At the beginning of your upkeep, of your pre-combat main phase, add X mana of any one color, where X is the number of shrines you control. All right, the Heights one, the red one. Discard a land card or shrine card. Sanctum deals X damage to target creature planeswalker, where X is the number of shrines you control. Probably one of the weaker ones of all of them. This one, if you didn't want to run all the shrines, you could certainly swap that one out. The white version, for 6 tap target creature, this ability costs 1 less for each shrine. All right, we're into the tutors now. Search your library for a legend or legendary card, which is most of the... Was I right that all these shrines are legendary? I think they are. Oh, I just really messed with stuff now. What happened? All right. I got a little overzealous here. All right, tutors. Boop. Tutors. Search your library for a legendary card, reveal that card, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your library. Need I say more? Nope. Demonic Tutor. Put a card in your hand for 2. Yeah, there you go. Sorcery speed. Lightning Tutor. Put an enchantment or artifact on top of your library. You do not have to show it. Idyllic Tutor. You do have to reveal it. Put an enchantment card in your hand for 3. Mystical Tutor, put it on top of your library. If you need to go grab that Cyclonic Rift for your next turn. Vampiric Tutor, search your library for any card, pay 2 life, put on top of your library. Zur the Enchanter. Oh, Human Wizard. Doesn't it kind of look like it should be a vampire? Whenever Zur the Enchanter attacks, you may search your library for an enchantment card with converted mana cost 3 or less and put it onto the battlefield. Boom! Deflecting swap. Oh, maybe board. We don't need to go through the maybe board. No, we don't. So we blasted through this shizizzle. Did we do ramp? I think we did. All right, folks. I think that's it. We blasted through that stuff. Blast. So that is a shrine deck that you're going to have tons of fun with. You can even trigger its awesome ability as well, mid-game, late game. Shrines. Told you I was going to give you some shrines. You got some shrines, y'all. I think this is a super fun deck. It's way outside the box with a lot of commander decks that you're going to run. So this is something refreshing. This is something fun. And I like it. I like it a lot. And it's going to perform a lot better than you think because of all of the counterspell package we have in here. The land package is sort of built around being able to play all colors, y'all. All colors. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Rock on. Thanks for putting up with me and being part of the MTG Friends shenanigans crew. What? Right off the top of my head, shenanigans crew. That's right. Peace out. What?